Welcome to another edition of our Let's Talk show. I'm your host, Andrew James, and today I'm pleased to have with us in studio via Zoom Miss Norma Bovell. Miss Bovell has taught for 7 years in Guyana in the high school. She also spent 13 years in adult education in the Adult Education Association in Guyana. It's my honor and privilege to welcome Miss Bovell.
Thank you.
Welcome aboard. One of the most precious gifts we have is the maturity and the wisdom of the elderly. Of course, seniors are the guardians of our tradition and our memory. And it's for this reason I'm pleased to have Ms. Bovell to share some of her experience with us. Ms. Bovell, getting right into the program, can you tell us a little bit about your experience teaching in Guyana, if you don't mind sharing with our listening audience?
Thank you for inviting me, first of all. And also, I'll be happy to share some of my experiences in teaching teenagers and also adults in the Adult Education Association. But first of all, you want me to talk about my teaching experience?
Yes, please.
Okay. Well, the teaching experience is like, for instance, like you're a parent, like you are a mother to these children. We have to nurture them, we have to talk to them, advise them, give them lessons, see they do the work. Some of them are very talkative. You have to take them individually. We cannot group children together and say, this better than that. We have to look out for those late developers. And those were the grades that I worked with, the late developers. And I found out that they really improved. But many of them, as you know, the life of teenagers, some at that age group, 16, 17, some of them girls became pregnant, they left school, the boys, some of them leave this classroom, but some of them still continue in the classrooms. But the teachers at the time don't have I don't know if it's empathy or what to say, but they don't have the interest in some of the boys and girls that plain wayward, that don't want to sit in the classroom. Some of the teachers just worrying with those who want to learn. But the most important thing I have found out is that those wayward ones who looking like they're wayward, it's because of a cause. That's why they are wayward.
Right.
Because of their upbringing, their home. Oh, sorry, somebody coming in here. Yes, they don't have parents. Some living with sister, and some with cousins and different things. But they are not really bad. But mentally, I think the schools will have more mentally focused teachers who look at these children and see where the weakness is and why they are not settling down. And I have discovered that with 3 boys that they call bad eggs, because I myself have a lot of kids. And I said, one day I said, look, let me call these boys in my classroom and put them to sit down. It was the 3 of us alone, the 4 of us alone. And I asked each of them, and they had very sad stories to tell me about the living conditions, about the upbringing. And miss, we don't want to work anymore because we are hungry. Or some said they're living with a cousin, they're living with a sister. 2 said the mother died and things like that. And I took it to heart. I said, look, you know what? I am going to talk to my husband tomorrow when I get home. And you all come back in my classroom the next day and I will let you know what happened. Fortunately, my husband was at home because he was a seaman, he never at home. But fortunately, that particular week, he was at home. And I told him, I said, James, you have to employ these 3 boys as a deckhand because they told me they don't want to work and they will go and follow gangs and get involved with the police and arms of the law. And it is a sad state of affair. They need help. And he immediately employed those children.
So their focus wasn't so much in school. They wanted to get into real life of work. They wanted to start getting employment. Is that what you?
They told me, Miss, I can't study because I'm hungry. I want to work.
Right.
They told me that. Yes, they told me that. And they got up, they got a job and they put emphasis on it. And the thing is that they did studied on the work study job. Because as I told you, after I left Guyana, I left them, I didn't know anything what happened after that. But I went home after 20 years and see the ferry boats coming in. And this person shaking on me, I didn't know who it was. But after the boat was moored alongside the wharf, this person come and give me a big hug. Miss Bovell, I am William. You remember me? You remember Mr. Bovell Captain Bovell get a job for me and the other 2 boys? I said, wow. And he yelled unto me, he started crying. I started to cry too.
Yeah.
And, that was one. And I asked him what happened to the others. He said he went into the army. And the other one, his parents, he started work. He developed his own business and was selling in Georgetown. And he got married. They all got married, as a matter of fact, after 20 years, you know. Got married and had children. So I am telling you this story because many children are left wayward because they need an additional eyes to care, to look out for them, to find out the needs, find out what is happening to them mentally. And they are all over the country and all over the world. I can stop here. They can't concentrate. If you're hungry, you can't concentrate. It is here. It is here in America here too. The teachers don't worry with them because they said, Miss, you don't know the teachers. When I was in college, they told me, they said, when I said, you don't tell the parents, they said, no, you don't think the parents know. So this type of attitude, that's why I couldn't teach over here. Although I went back to college, I said, no way I could. And that is one of my experience. But although I was teaching, I had evening classes at the multilateral school teaching adult education from 5 to 7. Of those dropouts, they came back to the classroom.
Right.
Many of the girls got their babies and they came back to school. They came back in the afternoons. And I found out also when the 2 hours finished, they do not want to leave the classroom. They said, Miss, we going so soon, so early? I said, yes, it's only a 2-hour program. Then I discovered also that they now see the value of education.
Right.
They're willing to learn. They all were willing to learn, both boys and girls. And before I left, through the Adult Education Association, that's why I accepted the job. I resigned my job as a teacher and I accepted the job as a coordinator of the adult education program in the entire Region 6.
Okay.
And the regional chairman was one, Sir Reginald Singh. He gave me an office and I had a secretary. And Mr. Prophet in Georgetown was so proud of the work that I was doing with the Adult Education Association. He said, Bovell girl, you keeping our head up out over water here. Because you would work with what you're doing. Because just imagine, I got my own office, I got a paid secretary, but then I have to be going up helping, and I get to utilize all the public schools in Rural Region 6. From 2 to 7. So I had to go recruit teachers now. I have to go into these different villages, get teachers who retire and who willing to give a 2-hour program. If you are what was a math teacher or English or whatever, and once you're willing to give us a 2-hour program, 2 hours of your job, your time in the afternoons, and so throughout the quarantine course. But in Amsterdam, I also started programs that they never had.
Right.
At the midlife school. I get nurses to give programs, our programs. I brought out housewives, teachers who taught teach the girls how to sew. I brought out one, I can never forget, Mr. Bailey, George Bailey was a fisheries officer. He was one of my chairman. I got him to teach the fish, how to dry fish, smoke fish, and what to do with it. His teaching classes. Right. I created so many non-traditional programs in New Amsterdam. It was a booming business in New Amsterdam. A booming. And after I left New Amsterdam with the business booming, I went back to Guyana. There were no adult education. The persons who take it over, it was crazy. I don't want to say more here because it was not such a nice thing to say. But the adult education office in Georgetown, they asked me if I would like to help them, But I tried, but I couldn't do it because I was not in New Amsterdam to do it. But I'm still willing in whatever way I could to help them and to help the Blind Society. Only about 3 years ago, I also got about a dozen computers. I still do my asking for donation for the Blind Society in Georgetown. And they got about 10 and high-powered, well-equipped computers for the Blind Society. As a matter of fact, I got things here to send for them, but I had to send them with by shipment because we couldn't mail them. But I also have books and different things in boxes here, and to send for the Blind Society. And I am willing in whatever capacity. So in Mackenzie, Linden area, if you all can start like a program called whatever you want to call it. To get to harness those early school leavers and get like option work. Some of them still would like to do traditional maths and that's and whatever English, but them are very crafty. And if you form these programs and call it late developers or whatever, and ask for donation, you will get a lot of donation. And so you'll be able to rent a room and rent somewhere to harness those people that walk in aimlessly. That is what I was going to do after I left Guyana. But the whole stuff went crazy.
Very good. Very good. One of the most precious gifts we have is the maturity and the wisdom of the elderly. Miss Bovell, I know you're a fantastic lady. I'm sure in your younger days you must have been a little hot shot, eh?
Well, my mother was a designer, dressmaker.
Yeah.
And I am also, I'm glad you tried on that topic, because after I went to college,
Yeah.
and I used to make nice clothes for myself. And
Right.
one professor asked me, Miss Bovell, who make your clothes? Where you buy your clothes? I said, no, I make them myself.
Yes.
So eventually, I begin to sew for many of the teachers in the men and women in the college in the District of Columbia and Howard University.
What advice would you give to current high school students in Guyana, specifically, let's say Linden? What would be your advice to them?
Well, my advice to the high school students is try to be focused and look beyond this music and look beyond friends, as I said. It's and be focused and try and think about what you would like to do in the world, because the world gets so um, advanced now. Try and learn in the internet, the cyberspace, the whatever. Try and do that, and so that they will be able to be something good for themselves. It's time now for them to turn the torch within and don't worry with all these big music and these big shows that is going on. They must be focused and read. Read anything, any newspaper, any books, anything you learn by reading. And also, they must follow current affairs, listen to politics, because politics is part of our life now. They must know what is going on. Be a part of the system. Join different groups. Join educational groups and join um, educational groups, art groups, art craft, and whatever if they're so inclined, because many times after I came over here, it was hard to study and work. And it's a good thing I know to sew from my mother. I have my innate ability. So I begin to sew for all those professors and from the universities there. And then after that, with their help, I started my own boutique in DC. People used to come all the way from New York, New Jersey, all over Virginia for me to sew for them.
Wow.
But first of all, they have to have this academic learn to write and read, even if they take short courses in that. And then those who are um, crafty inclined, then they could do that. But their main focus must be reading and writing.
Okay, very nicely said. Can you touch a little bit on the importance of being disciplined?
Oh, discipline. Oh, my goodness. It's so much I have to tell them. They have to learn to listen. Listening is one of the most important assets. And your attitude. Your attitude is one of the most important aspect in anybody's life also. That is on the road to accomplish anything. You can have all these degrees weighing you down. If you do not have a right attitude, you are nowhere in society. Nobody would want to be with you. Even if you have a business, it would not go right because people wouldn't want to anything with you. So listening and the right attitude, and let them understand. Attitude is your personal self is 10%, but attitude is 90% of your life. You tell them that.
Okay.
90% of your life is your attitude. So I'm glad you brought that up. It's so much I can't remember everything. But you can polish up everything for me nicely.
I think I think you're polished enough. I can't I think you did a very good job. Let me ask you, we're just up against time, but I just want to ask you one final question. What do you do to maintain yourself looking so young and nice and healthy? What's the secret?
I am glad to see you eat healthy, no junk food. You see, that's another topic. Listen, you see, these sausages, hot dogs,
Yes.
because most of the hamburger they're making them with processed meat is no good. Those processed meat are the guts of animals. They take and make sausage. No sausage, no hot dog. Eat real food. Even if you eat rice, plenty vegetable. Plenty vegetable and fresh. Drink a lot of soup and use a lot of vegetable. This is what I can tell you. And that is for me. And what I am doing also is juicing. You juice by now, I'm sure a lot of people got blenders in their homes and along the way because of this virus.
Right.
You juice like ginger, turmeric with lemon, and don't buy aerated, don't buy any soda, no soda. The carbonated thing is not good for you. So no soda. Drink and eat healthy. That's all I can say at the moment. There's so much more to say, but I am happy you brought that up. That is important. Eating. I wrote so many little poems. We are what we eat. We are what we eat. And get your children, if you're a teacher, get the children to exercise their vocabulary by writing little short, little poem, little short thing. Teach them how to do that.
Very good. We're just approaching the Christmas season. Anyone you want to say, send Christmas greetings to, your kids, people listening in Guyana, your family, this is your moment to shine, Miss Bovell. It's all about you today. The floor is yours. Whenever you're ready, go right ahead.
I would like to shine my light on my cousins, on my brother-in-law's children and my cousin's children. It was two brothers married to two cousins. Bubble, and oh God, there's so now I can't even remember the names. All the Bubbles in Amelia's ward in Georgetown, and all my friends, my teaching friends, all around in New Amsterdam. Miss Hyacinth Haywood, she's a mayor now. She was one of the church members. The church people used to be mad with me. I used to do more adult education work than church work. And I give Mission Chapel my blessings, and I wish them all the best for this new year. And I hope next year that they will see me. I wish all of them a happy and enjoyable Christmas.
Excellent. Ms. Bovell, I want to thank you for all your contributions you've made to Guyana and personally to myself and my little group as well. It's people like you. It's people like you that's making a difference throughout the world. I like to describe individuals like yourself as our unspoken heroes. You know, and I'm very honored and privileged that you've taken some time out to share your experience with us. Because again, like it says, wisdom and maturity and the experience of our elderly is the most precious gift that we have as young people. I want to encourage you to keep shining, keep doing well. I mean, for your age, I'm not going to share your age. I know your age, but that's a little secret that the two of us have. But I'm pleased and honored to say you can possibly be my great grandmother. And with that age, I think you're doing fantastic. You were able to connect on Zoom. You're able to adjust. You know, you're able to do a little video and share your wisdom and your experience with us. Keep smiling. Keep shining. Happy New Year to you and your family. Stay safe, and we will be in touch.
Yes, you too, you will. And I did appreciate that you tried to get me on. And I have so much other things to share. And I hope what I have shared, you put it into good use.
Yeah.
Because all workable. If I can do it, they can do it too.
That's right. Thanks very much.
Oh, bye-bye.
Thanks for your contributions. Take care. Stay safe. God bless you.